tonight. One starting. Jackson, you want to take it, man? Take it into our first topic of discussion for tonight.
Oh man, it was like I didn't know this was gonna be our first topic until it happened because we got Brian Williams Jr. from Florida becoming a commit for the Crimson Tide. He chose Alabama over Notre Dame, Kentucky, Florida, and Penn State. He's joining Owen Cabel. I gotta tell you, like we're striking while the iron's hot.
Yes.
I mean, because it's like, some people complain, oh, we're getting too many 3-stars. Now, the way I look at it is we're bringing that 5-star athleticism. We've got those 3-stars are masquerade. Like, they're really just 5-stars masquerading as 3-stars. That's just the way I see it. And it's huge right there. I mean, like, we offered him we offered him in April, so that's a win there over Georgia and everybody. Like, and he says, quote, when he called me, I could tell right away it's a business. Williams said of his first impression of Jamarcus Shepard in Alabama, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. When you go there, it's time to work. If you don't perform, you're out. It's just work, work, work. He was very straightforward with everything, and I appreciate that. And he's the first Florida commit of 2026. Well, Coach, what does this commitment mean for Alabama? Because the way I look at it, this is another win in the wide receiver depth for the next few years.
100%. I mean, you look at the style of receiver that Alabama has landed in this class, starting off with Owen Cabel, 6'3", 6'4", frame 200-pounder, can stretch the field, 4.4 speed, has a nice vertical, strong hands, is a great route runner, can play in that slot or that what we would like to see, where we're going to see Ryan Williams really thrive at this season at that Z position, where you're going to see a lot of twin set type of concepts and switch release concepts thrown at that side of the field. And when you have big bodies that can move, like guys like Ryan Williams and your Rico Scotts, and you're able to put those 6'3", 6'4" frame guys out there and do that, you're becoming a dangerous receiving core. And we're going to get a great look at what that's going to look like, a good glimpse of what that's going to look like with Isaiah Horton, Rico Scott, Jalen Hill in this lineup at personnel groupings like that, where we go kind of big with personnel and size and height. You're going to see the type of vertical passing threat this offense is designed to display. Now, you look at Brian Williams, man, he's more of a speedster than Owen Cabel, and you look at Owen Cabel's film. I know you guys were reacting to his film yesterday. He's a fast kid, man. He could stretch the field. So to get two guys with similar skill sets in the same class, to have them committed this early and really dialed into buying into that mindset of we're coming to work because we see what the legacy is developing at, what the culture is developing at Alabama. Those are some key fits for Alabama. And then to be able to say we're leaning with Sedarius Morgan. I really think this solidifies my thoughts on what this class was. I spoke of this on the Coach Smooth Network this past, I want to say Monday. I said, don't be surprised if Alabama goes for a duo of trio guys. You get what I'm saying? Like two sets of trios in this class, meaning two big sets of wide receivers and running backs. We saw the flip from the Ja'Vari Barnett from Illinois. We saw him flip from Illinois and commit to Alabama. Then we saw Crowell commit. And I keep telling everybody, do not sleep on Cooper. There's a reason why he's delaying that commitment. Everybody was so convinced that he was going to be to Miami or, Florida. I think that young man is looking at the opportunity to be in the next rotational trio of guys to continue to stack and pad this development course and what's happening in Alabama. Plus, you see a lot of young guys getting opportunities. Guys like Brian Williams Jr. will have opportunities with so many wide receivers transitioning out of this wide receiver room next year. So I think the more you pad the room with depth and talent, skill sets that match the scheme, right? This is starting to become a dangerous recruiting class as far as the wide receiver room, with already an underrated Owen Cabel 3-star. And we know you turn the film on for Brian Williams Jr. We saw the highlights. He's got the 5-star talent, but we know wide receiver wise, we know you're only going to get 4 or 5 stars in a class. Especially with a defensive line class that's as loaded as this 26 class. I think we're getting a quality addition here with Brian Williams Jr.
Well, we're looking at the recruiting rankings according to 247. So now that's our 16th commit for the 2026 recruiting class. We're now number 7. I keep telling everybody, for those tuning into the videos on Alabama The Voice College Football, anytime there's a recruiting update, I'm telling everybody, we're going back to the top 5. I promise you. It looked a little depressing when we were in the top 3, but I said, don't worry, we're going back to the top 5. We're going back up. We're going back up to the top 5. I mean, like Miami, what they got? How great the 80s were, how great the 90s were. I mean, it's like they don't even have a home stadium. Come on.
So, and this is the thing. People got to remember, you always have the reclassification period, right? Where guys get re-rated throughout the course of the season or right before the season. I believe the new ratings come out like mid August, September, something like that. I can't remember, but there's always these reclass. We saw it happen with Jalen Mbakwe, Xavier Brown, in that first class that came over to Kalen DeBoer at 24 recruiting class. So I look at this class, man, and it's a lot of underrated guys that aren't 5 stars. That will get, it's only 25 stars right now. So I think we get 12 more slots, and a lot of those guys have that Bama padded for their recruiting profile now, that Bama offer and that Bama commit there. So that just pads it, and you're going to see a lot of these guys get that bump, and those ratings going to start go up. You're going to see a lot of these 4 stars that are like 91 overall composites, 91 guys. They'll be 93, 94 rated, and that typically is a 5-star rating. And these are quality guys. I kept telling everybody when Kalen DeBoer and his staff came over, expect diversity, but quality. You know, quality and diversity, meaning it's okay to get your Southern-born, corn-fed boys and all that good stuff, but it's some talent out there. And if you can go get the top 5, top 10 guy each day or whatever position, you're looking at maybe he's going to be right there in the mix of being a top 10 guy in the state of Alabama or in the state of Georgia or in the state of Florida. He's going to be right there in that mix, and that's what Kalen DeBoer and his staff is doing. Courtney Morgan, having his expertise, being a former player, it's playing a lot. You look at what Alabama does on the recruiting trail, man. It's like they're going to get, okay, we saw Jeremy Bernard excel at this. If he was 6'4", he would definitely be. So let's go get 6'4" Jeremy Bernards. Let's go get one of those. And that's what you got in Brian Williams Jr., a guy that's a little bit faster, but he gives you Jeremy Bernard skill set. You could put him in the ice. You can put him in the jet motion. You can line him up on the boundary. He gives you all the skill sets you want at the wide receiver position. You add a guy like Owen Cabel. You go and get Sedarian Morgan and mess around and flip the young man Corey Barber from Ole Miss, a very highly rated, underrated 4-star in the state of Alabama, in-state guy that I think is really starting to see this class get stacked. Man, it could get crazy for Alabama recruiting coming here around signing day, early signing day.
Oh, agreed. I mean, like now we got like on 3/rivals. I don't know what we're calling them yet because of the sale, but on 3/rivals has Alabama 10th in the rankings for the 2026 recruiting class with this commit. And I'm just kind of like, it's funny though, where, you know, I'm looking at the screen where it's like on 3/rivals Nets minute, but you know, we're back in the top 10. That's the important thing. We're back in the top 10. That's what matters. We're going back to the top 5. Right. Oh yeah. Because I mean, we can and we will. And it's like Coach is saying, you know, all those 3 stars, 4 stars, you're going to see them reclassified to 5-star because some of these guys, they play like 5 stars. We're striking while the iron is hot. We're getting them before everybody else is realizing they're missing out.